All right, so we are playing Zola on standard. We are playing Angel, also known as Warren Worthington III. We're playing a pretty basic aggression deck, which is why we're playing on standard. So let's just hop right into it and see how this goes. So we will start by drawing up 3, 4, 5, 6. This seems like a pretty decent start here. So we have our techno-organic wings, which we definitely want to get out. We can use we can use with the double to get that out. 2 power of flights, which help pay for an aerial event, which we don't really need. We don't really need either of these either. So I think we're going to get rid of these 3. And we'll keep the power of flight in case we get a good aerial event. We can pay a little cheaper. So we'll draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Not a bad start. Let's see what we can do here. So start, I think we're going to go use a double plus helicarrier, and we are going to pay for our wings here. So our wings, we can exhaust it to ready us for an angel or reduce the cost of an aerial event by 2 if we're an archangel. So now we'll flip up. I think I'm going to go for... Could remove 4 threat and just confuse them, but I think I'd rather do the stun. So we're going to use Professor X, Power of Flight, which is a double for aerial events, and we will pay for Adaptive Plumage. So we are going to do 4 damage to an enemy and stun it. So we'll do 4 damage to Zola. He's already down to 8. Plus he is stunned. And then we are going to attack for 1, take off the tough. Oh, and we will take a retaliate because we hit Zola. We're down to 11. We will exhaust our wings to ready us. And we'll go ahead and work for 2 from Hydra Prison. And we'll just call it there. Let's ready up. We'll draw back up to our hand size of 5. 5. All right. Not too bad. Go ahead and put these over here. Then we will place 1 threat on the main scheme. We will place 1 test counter, which I'll indicate using the red die. And then the villain would attack Zola, but he is stunned. We'll take that off. Ultimate Bioservant is just going to hit us for 1. We'll go down to 10. Then we get our encounter card, which is attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points. Attached minion gets +2 hit points and gains guard. So he now has 6 health. And we can't attack Zola while he's in front of us. All right. What do we want to do here? I think we want to put Wasp down because she can do some good damage. Not a whole lot else we can do. Yeah, so I think we're going to use... So Wasp gets the amount of health for every energy we use. We're going to use 2 energy, pay for Wasp. We'll come in with 2 health. She'll just be a quick attack and then a jump block for us. Then I think we're going to discard Team Building Exercise to pay for Worthington Industries. And we will attack for 3. That brings them from 6 down to 3. I think we'll attack for 1, brings them down to 2. We can exhaust our wings to ready us. Then we'll actually flip up or over to Archangel. And then we will attack again for 2. And we're going to kill the minion. All right, let's ready up. Actually, we can, before we ready up, we're going to exhaust Worthington Industries to shuffle 1 aerial card from your discard pile back into your deck. And then if we were Alter Ego, we could draw a card as well. Not right now. So I think we'll go ahead and shuffle Adaptive Plumage. That can help us remove threat or do damage, plus a stun or confuse. So pretty good card. Go ahead and shuffle. All right. Not a bad start. We got 2 good upgrade / supports out. Let's see what we can do here. All right. We'll ready everything. Draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's our hand for next round. We'll add 2 threat on the main scheme because with Archangel, he does have an acceleration icon on him. Then we'll place 1 test counter here, and then Zola is going to attack us for 1. We'll just take it. So 1, no boost. We take 1 damage. We're down to 9. Then our encounter card is when revealed, deal 1 damage to each friendly character. That's unfortunate. I guess we should have just blocked with Wasp. Oh well, she's down. And then we will go down to 8. All right, back over to us. So this is our hand. What do we want to do here? Probably try and flip down. Or I could just get build support out. Try and get a good support. We could use this to pay for build support. And we can use these 2 to pay for actually, we can use these 2 to pay for metamorphosis. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we are going to use Power of Aggression and Avian Anatomy. And after you spend this card to pay for an aerial event, return that event to your hand after resolving its effects. So we're going to use these 2. We're going to pay for Metamorphosis, which lets us change form. So we will change back down to Angel. After we change to Angel, remove 2 threat from a scheme. This will go back into our hand because of our Avian Anatomy. This is our current hand. And we'll remove 2 threat from the main scheme. And then Angel's ability responds after you play an aerial event, draw 1 card, limit once per phase. So we'll draw Dive Bomb. Definitely don't need that right now. We will discard Dive Bomb. And I think Metamorphosis, because I'd like to hang on to X Gene. And we will... Oh wait, I only need to use 1. What am I thinking? We'll discard Dive Bomb. We'll play Build Support. Comes in with 3 threat. We will thwart for 2. Bring it down to 1. And we'll exhaust our wings to ready us. We'll thwart again, excuse me. So when defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for a support with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play. We'll remove that from play. We will search for a support with a cost of 3 or less. Our best option is probably Helicarrier. Could get team building exercise, but there's no reason to get that when we can get Helicarrier, and Helicarrier is cheaper. I mean, Helicarrier is more expensive, so obviously we want to get that one first. All right. So there you are. We will put that into play. And we could change form again. I don't think we really need to. We could flip down. We risk losing the main scheme, though. I think we'll hold on to these 2. We'll go ahead and use Worthington Industries to shuffle an aerial card. We'll shuffle. Go ahead and shuffle Avian Anatomy back into our deck here. Right. So we'll ready everything. Fortunately, we could play this to change forms just to do damage. Actually, I guess that would be the smart thing. We'll go ahead and do that. So these 2 are exhausted. We're exhausted. We're going to use Helicarrier, the X Gene as a resource. Play Metamorphosis again. So we can change form. We're going to change to Archangel. When we change to Archangel, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So we're going to do 3 damage. He's down to 5. And then our ability responds after you play an aerial event, deal damage to an enemy equal to that event's printed cost. So we'll do another 2 damage because that's how much Metamorphosis costs. And we'll bring him down to 3. Yeah, and I think we'll just pass. We have 3 defense, so we can block if we feel like we need to. We'll draw back up to 5. All right. So we'll place 2 threat on the main scheme because of our acceleration token. We'll place another test counter, which means it goes to 3. So we'll remove all test counters, and we will discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until we find a minion, and we'll put it into play engaged with us. So as the past is gone, it's amazing. And Zola's Mutate. That's a pretty good one to put into play, because then the when reveal doesn't go off. So comes in with 5 health. He is going to attack us though for 2. So firstly, Zola's going to attack for 1. We'll just take it. 1. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme. So this will go back up to 1. We take 1 damage. And then Zola's Mutate's going to attack us for 2. We'll just take that. We're down to 5. Then we get an encounter card. Another Zola's Mutate. So he comes in with 5 health and a when revealed. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a tech attachment is discarded. Attach that card to Zola's Mutate. So discard until we find a tech attachment. There it is. Attach the minion with the most remaining hit points. Attach minion gets plus 2 hit points and retaliate 1. So he's at 7 health plus retaliate. All right, back to us. We got a couple things we could play here. We could dive bomb him for 7 damage. That'll kill him. And then with our ability, we can do 4 damage to Zola, finishing him off. Don't know if we want to do that yet. We probably want to kill off the other mutate first and heal, ideally. So I think we're going to start with that. We're going to exhaust our wings to reduce the cost of the next aerial event by 2. Then we're going to use the power of flight, which generates 2 resources for an aerial event, for an aerial card, excuse me. We will play dive bomb. So dive bomb, play only if you have the aerial trait, deal 7 damage to an enemy, deal 1 damage to each other enemy. We're going to do 7 damage to mutate. That'll one-shot him, and because we kill him, we will not take retaliate. Then we'll do 1 damage to each other enemy. So he goes down to 1, or he goes down 1 damage. Zola goes down to 2. Then our response, we will do 4 damage because that's how much the card costs. Zola's Mutate, perfectly taken out both. Pretty good. All right, then we're left with these 3 cards. We could easily Helicarrier to remove all the threat. We flip him now. We're only at 5 health. I think we'll use this turn to recover. We're going to use Marked and Helicarrier. We're going to remove 4 threat from a scheme. We'll just take off all 3 from here. Then we're going to flip down to Warren Worthington. Our ability on Warren is action heal 1 damage from him. So we'll do that. We'll go up to 6. Then we will exhaust to heal 3. We're up to 9. Then we'll exhaust Worthing Industries to shuffle a aerial card back into our deck. And because we're an alter ego, we get to draw a card. I think we want to take Metamorphosis because we can do a lot with this card. And changing forms is always beneficial for us. All right. Then we get to draw 1. Razor Dive, which is a lot of damage. So I think we'll hold on to that. Don't think we're going to hold on to Mansion because it's a 4 cost. And to be honest, there's not that much of the game left. I don't think we're going to need it. So we will ready up. Draw back up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 Razor Dives and Adaptive Plumage. Put these down here. Again, pretty good hand. And with our Worthington Industries, we can basically start our turn with 7 cards. So let's do the villain phase though. We'll place 1 threat on the main scheme, plus 1 test counter. Then Zola's going to scheme for 2 plus boost, which is, excuse me, place 1 test counter on the main scheme. Ooh. So that brings it to 3. But I believe the way the text is worded on the main scheme, we would only remove 3 counters and discard till we get a minion during that step of the phase. Since we're already past that, we'll get a minion next turn, not this one. So he schemes for 2. This will go up to 3. Then we get an encounter card. Zola's Mutate. This is perfect. He has Quick Strike, but since we're an Ultra Ego, he won't hit us. He comes in with 3 health. All right, back to us. We use our ability. We'll heal 1. We go up to 10. Then we'll use Worthington Industries to shuffle a aerial card back into our deck. I think we have a lot of aerial cards we want to play. We're going to shuffle a Power of Flight. This would be nice to get double to pay for some of these. I think we're going to go for Razor Dive. It does gain Overkill and Piercing, so we can one-shot Berserk, Mutate with that, plus hit Zola, flip him, go from there. So I think, yeah. So we're going to flip up to Archangel. Oh, we forgot to draw a card from Worthington Industries. We drew Metamorphosis. I don't think we want to play that yet, though. We're still going to flip up. We'll use Helicarrier, Warrior Skill, and the other Razor Dive to pay for Razor Dive. So this will deal 6 damage to an enemy. If you are Archangel's attack, this attack gains Overkill and Piercing. So we're going to do 6 damage. So 3 to him. Overkill hits Zola. He's down to 0. And let's grab Zola 2. All right. Zola 2. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for test subject, side scheme, and reveal it. Let's see if it's in the discard pile first. It's not. I believe there's 2 of them. Here we go. Test subject. So when defeated, players discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a minion. Reveal that minion as a hazard icon, which means during the villain phase, we'll get an extra encounter card. We definitely want to clear that, and ideally we'll kill the minion that comes with it too. And then the following turn, we'll work on Zola. Try and close out the game here. And that comes in with 2 threat. Then I believe we can still trigger our response. So after you play an aerial event, we'll deal damage equal to that event's printed cost, which is Razor Dive, so 3. We'll go ahead and do 3 damage to Zola. Yeah, he comes in with 14. Forgot to add that. Then we're going to do 3 damage, so down to 11. All right, and we still haven't used our basic activation or our wings yet, so yeah, I think we want to work. So we're going to flip. We already flipped this turn. Can't do that. Then in that case, we will exhaust our wings to reduce the cost of an aerial card by 2. We'll play Metamorphosis, so we will switch to Angel. When we do that, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So we're going to clear test subjects. We'll put this discard pile. When defeated, though, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until we discard a minion, and we'll reveal it. It is Berserk Mutate, who is going to quick strike us for 2. We're just going to take it. We go down to 8. And then our response, though, is after we play an aerial event, draw one card. This goes in the discard pile. We'll draw one. All right. So we can we'll probably thwart with Angel. Actually, we can use Adaptive Plumage to thwart. We'll confuse the villain. Well, we could clear Hydra Prison as well, which will get us Psylocke. I don't think she really helps us here, though. I think I am going to use her so we can keep aerial agility. That way we can use it to defend because I don't want to take too much damage. So we're going to thwart for 2. We're going to clear Hydra Prison. This leaves the game. Then we get our signature ally, Psylocke. But unfortunately, we're just going to use her for a resource. So 1, 2, 3 resources. We will use those to pay for Adaptive Plumage. Hero action, if you are Angel, remove 3 threat from a scheme and confuse an enemy. So we're going to remove 3 threat. We will clear the main scheme and we will confuse him. And then we already drew. Yeah, we'll hold on to aerial agility. And that's it. We will ready up. And we're getting a second minion here. This could actually be bad. We will defend, but we'll draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we'll place 1 threat in the main scheme. This will go to 4. Now we remove 3, so it goes back down to 1, and we discard cards until we get a minion, and we will put it into play, engaged with us. Hope it is a low-level minion. Perfect. So he comes in with 4 health, Ultimate Bioservant, and a toughness. All right. Then Zola is going to attack us for 2 and a card. We do have this defense event if we want to block. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to defend for 2. He attacks for 1, 2. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. So we defend the 2. We'll still take 1. Then we'll take 1 from Ultimate Bioservant and 2 from Berserk Mutate. Down to 4. Not a great spot to be in. Then we get our encounter card, which is attached to the villain. After the villain takes damage, give it a tough status card. We need to exhaust our hero and spend 2 physical just to get rid of it. All right. We have 2 physical, but we are exhausted. We could get rid of it and just flip down. Ultimate Bioservant only schemes for 1. I wish I could flip to Archangel, stun him, and then flip down, but we can't do that. So we'll go and exhaust Wings to ready us. Then we'll exhaust and spend 2 physical. And we're going to discard this card. Then I think we could remove Threat again, but it's really not going to do anything for us. Unfortunately, we're just going to flip down. We'll use our ability to heal 1. Then we'll use Worthington Industries to shuffle an aerial card from our discard pile back into our deck. We'll go ahead and do Metamorphosis because we love changing forms. Our deck's getting fairly thin here. We should have another Dive Bomb. So Power of Aggression is probably not bad to keep. Honestly, I like a lot of these cards. Let's see. How many Dive Bombs have we used? There's 1. Oh, 2. Okay, so there should be 1 more. Not as many as I thought. We'll go ahead and give up Power of Aggression. The double work for anything. We'll keep these 2. Oh, and we draw a card. That's right. Metamorphosis. So we could use this to flip back up to Archangel to deal 3 damage. which would kill him. We do more damage to Zola, but then we'd be only at 5 health, so we're just going to wait. We'll pass. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Draw 3 more cards. 4, 5, 6. All right, we'll place 1 threat on the main scheme. Goes to 2. 1 test counter also goes to 2. Zola would scheme, but he's confused. Then Ultimate Bioservant will scheme for 1, so it goes to 3. Berserk Mutate schemes for 0, and we get our encounter card, which is Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. That is a shame. I think we're going to get rid of Worthington Industries. We're getting close to close out the game, so I just don't think we need this as much. All right, back to us. We'll use our ability to heal 1. Let's see if we can finish him off here. So we can use this to change. Deal. They don't have guards. We can deal 3 damage. Plus another 2, that's 5. This will do 4. Yeah, we should be able to kill him. I think we could play Cannonball first, too. Helicarrier plus these 2 for Cannonball. This pays for that one. No. Then we can't play that one. And he only does 2 damage. But we can do surprise attack. All right, so we'll go ahead and use a double here. Pay for Metamorphosis. We're going to change to Archangel. And then we're going to deal 3 damage to an enemy. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 damage to Zola. 1, 2, 3. He's down to 8. Then we will use a physical, because we just changed. Pay for surprise attack. Deal 3 damage to an enemy, 4 damage instead if you pay for this card using a physical, which we did. We're going to do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take Retaliate 1. We'll go down to 5. Then we will use our Wings plus Warrior Skill. We will do Adaptive Plumage, which is if you're in hero form, or if you're an Archangel, deal 4 damage to an enemy and stun it. We're going to do 4 damage. And he's stunned. And we can actually use our text ability to do 3 damage to Berserk Mutate. And then we could attack, or pick off the tough. And yeah, that was standard against Zola. Fairly basic Archangel deck. I didn't even go all the way through it. Some other cards I would like to use is Martial Prowess to generate a physical for attack events. Dive Bomb again. The main combo I was sort of going for is we can use Warrior Skill to increase the damage for Dive Bomb, plus Mark to guarantee we get Overkill, as well as potentially using Moment of Triumph. So every heal 1 damage to your hero for each point of excess damage after we defeat an enemy. So, but we were able to get a Dive Bomb off, which actually really helped us out of that situation. Still handled it pretty well. So yeah, let me know if y'all like this video at all. It's my first time posting, so we'll see how this goes. I'm definitely going to be streaming some and posting more. If you have any tips or any advice at all or any questions, just let me know. And thanks. I'll see y'all next time.